may not have if they like you. And that's the one thing that I try to get people to understand is that you've got to overcome your fears and your limiting beliefs so that you can express yourself. All right, and that's the foundation for what we're going to talk about today. Clint's going to do his presentation, and then we're going to step through a little getting rid of those limiting beliefs and fears afterwards, and then hopefully you guys, by the time you leave today, will have some benefit out of it. So, with that being said, I'd like to introduce you to Clint August, which sounds like most everybody knows Clint August here of KGB 101.5, the BC and Clint show, who now is in competition with the morning show because he is kicking their back in section now in the drive time. Take it away, Clint.
Can I stay seated? Or?
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Great.
Yeah, I'm on KGB on the air, 3 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday on 101.5 KGB. I've been in radio for over 12 years, going on 13 years. Wow. Next April will be 13 years. And, excuse me, I just had a brain fart there because we think of web stuff and what the morning show said. But the fear of what people will think has been something that's what held me back for a long, long time. When I was in junior high, I remember I used to go to sleep at night, and just from going to school the next day, I'd be thinking about it. I'd be thinking about, do they know what I'm thinking? Are they going to judge me? I'm not wearing the right shirt. I'm not wearing the right pants. I'm wearing crappy shoes. I don't have the money they have. They know I come from an apartment, not a house, because we were talking about low-income housing. And I would literally just, that's how I grew up. The whole thing, don't speak until spoken to, and through that it was I guess I learned that, yeah, be nice and be humble, but the problem with it for me was that I would go talk to anybody individually as long as I was talking to them for someone else. Like if I go, I'll use Gabe for an example. If you were to ask me, hey man, will you go into this business and see if you can get me a meeting to get endorsed for the school board? I'd do it now just because I'd be comfortable with it, but I would do it for myself now, as well as for Gabe. Whereas before, and Terry and I worked on this, if it were for me, if I wanted to go in, and if I were running for school board, there were no way a year ago. No way. There's no way that I would go into my boss's office a year ago or earlier and even ask about a promotion. I wouldn't ask about a promotion. I know with the fire department, you're working on something there. There's no way I'd even be a candidate. I wouldn't even let them know I was looking. Well, growing up that way, I would build these stories in my head before things even happened, as you addressed. And let me give an example. Oh well, one's work. For over 12 years on the radio, until a year ago, and I say this because this is when I started meeting with Terry, I never thought I was worth much. The only time I thought I was good on the radio was if I were doing a voice, a character voice. Arnold, or Regis, or Keanu, or whoever I was doing. And I remember Chris Cantori, I was on the Brand X Morning Show on 91X years ago. Myself, Jen, Ruggie, the boss was Brian Schock, who, interestingly enough, now is the morning show on KGB, who is the one who's laying down the challenge for the web hits.